In 2011, in the wake of the Rod Blagojevich corruption scandal, Illinois enacted its first ever limits on campaign contributions. But the law could not impose spending limits on so-called independent expenditure committees, commonly known as super PACs, due to a legal precedent established by the U.S. Supreme Court in the 2010 Citizens United case. Independent expenditure committees are political action committees that support or oppose candidates, mainly by buying and distributing advertising for or against a candidate. They can spend as much as they want, but they're prohibited from coordinating their activities with or donating directly to political candidates. But super PACs can have big effects on candidates and races beyond spreading positive or negative ads. If an independent expenditure committee spends more than $100,000 in support of or in opposition to a candidate in a race for the state legislature, campaign contribution limits no longer apply to any of the candidates in that race. The rule already is having an effect in two legislative races, one involving a Chicago Democratic incumbent in the House and the other with a Republican senator from a largely rural downstate district. In Chicago, Democratic State Representative Ken Duncan drew the ire of House Speaker Michael Madigan, who also is chairman of the state Democratic Party, by failing to support some high-profile bills pertaining to unions, human services, and a tax on millionaires. Duncan faces Madigan-backed candidate Juliana Stratton in the March 15th Democratic primary. In January, the Independent Expenditure Committee Illinois Go, which has described its purpose as, quote, defending Democratic incumbents from challenges they may face as a result of taking tough votes, reported spending $240,000 on mailings, media production, and fieldwork on Duncan's behalf. Freed from campaign contribution limits, the conservative Illinois Opportunity Project on February 1st announced a $500,000 donation to Duncan. On its website, the group said it made the donation to support Duncan, quote, against the onslaught he is facing from House Speaker Mike Madigan and his public sector union allies. In the 5th Senate District in southwest central Illinois, Republican Senator Sam McCann is in a similar situation. He crossed Governor Bruce Rauner on a controversial union bill in August, and now a super PAC has spent $325,000 on his Republican primary opponent, Bryce Benton. That committee has close ties to the Illinois Opportunity Project, which gave $500,000 to Duncan. Today, there are 3 independent expenditure committees registered with the Illinois Board of Elections that are either friendly to or have direct connections with Governor Bruce Rauner. Combined, they have more than $16.1 million to spend. Stay tuned, because a lot of House and Senate races throughout the state could see campaign contribution limits fall by the wayside as the 2016 election season heats up. For Reboot Illinois, I'm Matt Dietrich.